The stage is set. Win and in. Lose or go home. That is what's on line for the Fairfield Stags tonight here in the conclusion of the Leo D. Mahoney Arena basketball season for the 2024-25 campaign. I'm Andrew Jameson, joined alongside Michael Kelleher. We just had a thrilling game up in Hamden between the men and the women. What does Fairfield on the men's side need to do tonight to punch their ticket to Atlantic City?
Yeah, Andrew. For me, tonight, if for the men, this is a playoff game. This is a big moment for Fairfield. You need your top scorers, you need your Prophet Johnson, and you need your Braden Sparks to go off like they have in the past couple of games. But you also need consistent scoring from other players, like a Louis Bleachmore. You need good performances from an Isaac Lincati or a Peyton Smith, whoever's starting tonight.
Yeah,
you need those constant rotational players. You need a Dion Perry to come out. After last game only having 2 points against Siena, he needs to have a big game off the bench if Fairfield wants to punch their ticket to Atlantic City next week.
I'm glad you mentioned the offense needing to go beyond John and Sparks, because they both had 20 apiece. It was really a struggle otherwise. Dion Perry has not shot the ball well as of late. I believe he was held scoreless even in that game against Sacred Heart where they lost 83-62, and they just need to be physical. You mentioned the top players needing to play well. Quinnipiac on the other end has punched their ticket. They're the one seed outright after defeating Mount St. Mary's this past Thursday by a score of 79-70. So Amari Monroe, Paul Otieno, and Savion Lewis, their big three, if you will, are all inactive for tonight. And we were talking before even we went on the air. You said this is going to send a message to Fairfield, kind of. What were you kind of at on that?
Yeah, I mean, for Quinnipiac, to me, tonight for Quinnipiac, they are looking at their rotational players. They are saying, get them some playoff atmosphere minutes, because once you get to Atlantic City, all bets are off. It doesn't matter what record you had, how you did against other teams. The clock resets. Everyone is 0-0, and it's just one game at a time for every team.
And that's what March is at the end of the day. It's a matter of momentum, and the Stags need to win, and they're in. As long as you're in the tournament, you got a chance. So if the Stags are to advance to the tournament, they would play crosstown rival Sacred Heart, who is now the number 7 seed after a nail-biting loss to Iona. Mike, I think that's going to come down to rebounding and physicality. They were dominated on that rebounding glass against Siena, 37-23. More specifically, they gave up 13 offensive rebounds. Even without Otieno, the leading rebounder in the MAC, in addition to Monroe, what do you think Fairfield needs to do? Because Quinnipiac's depth is really good.
Yeah, I mean, Peyton Smith, Isaac Lincati, those two, they need to have great games. Isaac Lincati has kind of struggled the past couple games. He had his great moments as well. But for Peyton Smith, the biggest thing is he's got to be consistent on the offensive and defensive end. He's had his moments where he's been really good, but he's also had his moments when he's been not so great. So I think if both those players can really step up tonight, that's a big chance that you're going to get a win tonight.
And we have seen Peyton Smith. He's had his moments. He has been challenged. Kyle Jenkins got hot in that game at Mount St. Mary's. When he started, nobody knew what to expect. He showed out. Peyton Smith got the start at Siena. He had an okay game, but they need – this is a playoff game, as you mentioned. I couldn't have said it any better. This is basically win or go home. And to be one of 3 teams that doesn't make the tournament in the first year of the new MAC is definitely – you don't want to be on the outside looking in. And, I mean, if you're Quinnipiac also even, you don't want to lose momentum, but at the same time, you got to keep momentum going in, but you can't risk losing your star players in as physical of a game as Fairfield's going to play, we expect.
Yeah, I mean, Quinnipiac, again, second season in a row, they had the number 1 seed. They've been the top dog in the conference, but they remember last year, they got knocked out really early in the tournament. So for Quinnipiac, it's don't lose the mentality that this is a playoff game, and you have got to be as prepared mentally and physically for what's to come tonight and what's to come next week in Atlantic City.
The students may be on spring break, but we've got a great crowd here on hand, I believe, here at Mahoney Arena for the finale in the 2025 basketball year. So the field is set. All of the MAC games have concluded except one, ours, from Leo D. Mahoney Arena. We'll be back after the national anthem and announce starters. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, inside Leo D. Mahoney Arena, and we have our starters lineups. Mike, Fairfield has the same look as usual, but who we got for Quinnipiac with all its three key inactives?
Yeah, I mean, Reyes, usual starter, played 27 games this season. Then we have Caden Bennett, another usual rotation starter, kind of having 30 games, averaging 10 points. After that, we have Jaden Zimmerman, kind of new, but has gotten a lot of games, 30 games played, averaging just over 10 points, has 10 bucks and 18 steals on the season. A fairly good three-point shooter, about 35% from three. Rounding out, we have Richie Springs, again, 29 games. Not a lot of experience, not a lot of scoring, but again, on the defensive end, has 6 blocks, 2 total steals this season. Last game was against Mount St. Mary's. He played, and finally we have Grant Randall, one of the new first-year players for Quinnipiac, getting the start. So this is a big moment for this young kid to get some rotational minutes, starting minutes, and in a big atmosphere like this.
As for Zimmerman, as the message once again, it is win and in for Fairfield. If they lose, that 10 seed's going to the St. Peter's Peacocks, reigning MAC champions. So one participant in the championship game from last year will not be in Atlantic City at all. Quite a turn of events here, as the 3 key inactives for Quinnipiac. Quinnipiac's in their light blue, Fairfield in black. Fairfield going left to right, and Quinnipiac going right to left from the scorers table. Oh, it's even a sense of pride, too, even. In-state rivalry. Fairfield, you got to have this one. Sense of pride, in-state rivalry. 0-3 versus Connecticut schools this year. Quinnipiac and Sacred Heart trying to split the season series and, more importantly, punch their ticket into Atlantic City. As ref has the ball, it is going to be Smith and Richie Springs, the grad student out of Brooklyn, New York, the transfer from UConn, who is going to be taking the tip for the Bobcats. Starters for the Stags, usual, Bergen, Sparks, Johnson, Leachmore, and Smith. Expect Casey to go to that bench early and often, though, with the likes of Mancotti, Perry, even McQueen, who see increased action as of late, and most importantly, Kyle Jenkins, one of the 3 seniors honored before today's game here. As I think we're finally ready to go. Not sure what that holdup was, but hey, most important game of the MAC season is the last one. Here we go. Tip is up. Peyton Smith wins at Bergen's, gives to Sparks.
And if you look at this game, this first possession will really tell how both teams are going to attack this game, I feel.
Yeah,
I think if Fairfield's very aggressive, I think they're going to be very aggressive all day.
Fairfield's got to set the tone here. 3, Bleachmore. Short. Rebound, nobody. Quinnipiac possession. Bleachmore has struggled from 3 as of late. A couple scoreless outings. He's got to get it going here. No better night to do so than a win-in scenario. And Fairfield going to go to that defensive full-court press early.
Yeah, Fairfield really wanting to make sure they keep their defense good, get some good defensive sets ready, and get themselves as prepared for a potential run in Atlantic City.
Looks like the offense is going through Bennett tonight, leading the point. He swings it to Springs on the perimeter. Finds Reyes. Nice give and go there. The shot by Springs. Nice paint jumper there. 2-0 early Bobcats. Spark to take it up here quickly. Finds Bleachmore. Bergens, you know the Peacocks are watching, but Fairfield, all they care about right now is the present. Johnson with the cut. His cut. Good. He really has been Fairfield's elite scorer as of late. 3 straight 20-point games. He has honestly put the team on his back this season.
Yeah, in the past, like you said, 3 straight games of 20-point games, but 4 of the last 5 he's had 20 with 17 a couple of weeks ago.
That 3 there by Jaden Zimmerman, the first-year guard out of Bronx, New York, is good. You talked about the freshman, Grant Randall. Zimmerman's been doing this a lot this season for the Bobcats, respectively.
Yeah, I mean, last game he played was against Mount St. Mary's, but earlier in this month against Merrimack, he had 22 points. So expect the potential a big game from him as well.
Does not play like a freshman, certainly, as that floater by Bergens is short. Rebound there by Grant Randall. Quinnipiac's pushing it. Johnson tightly on Zimmerman. Cross court pass to Bennett. Bergen's on Bennett. Bennett's 3. No good. Rebound Sparks. That's a great rebound on the bigger Randall. Sparks going to cut, wanted a foul. Finds Smith. His shot, no good there. Good contest there by Springs. Reyes is going up the court.
While Smith didn't make that shot, I like the aggressiveness he's out right now out of the gate.
He needs to be. 3 there by Zimmerman. No good. Rebound Smith. Good board. That's what we need to see out of Peyton Smith. Johnson's good taking that here. Sparks. Good cut on Zimmerman. They're going to get Zimmerman for a foul on the floor.
You're seeing early in this game, I think Fairfield's trying to push a pace to be aggressive, get their shots that they want, get the players that they want to have those shots. That's a huge thing, I think, tonight that's going to be crucial. Get your big players your shots, but also you need other players to contribute as well.
No, I like what you said. Fairfield's got to force Quinnipiac to play at their pace, not vice versa, as Johnson's going to take it here. Ray is on him. His midi. No good to the left. Rebound there by Bennett. Good crowd on hand for senior night here in the season finale at Mahoney. Hoping it's not the finale for the Stags, though. Bergen's on Springs. Springs has the matchup. He's going to take advantage of it, but it's short. Follow-up, no good there. Rebound by Johnson pushing it. Johnson swings to Bergens. Here's Bleachmore. Bounce pass to Sparks to Johnson. A little bit of perimeter party here. Johnson's midi. No good there. Rebound Zimmerman. That's a great rebound from the freshman. Good poke there by Johnson. One-on-one here with Zimmerman. Wanted a foul, but finishes for the tough two.
And that's what Prophet Johnson needs to do all night. He needs to be aggressive. He cannot let off the gas all night.
Well, that's another thing Fairfield needs to do. It's that transition defense. Almost only one man back, and that was Payne Smith. But Randall makes him pay on the 3.
Yeah, Fairfield needs to be balanced both on offense and defense. They cannot just expect their offense to get them all the way. They need their defense to do well.
Smith with the shot, short. Rebound by Springs. Going to be an under 16 media timeout, next stoppage. Tight defense, 3 by Zimmerman. No good. Rebound Sparks. Mincotti going to go scorekeeper's table as Bergens has it. Bounce has to Bleachmore to Johnson. Johnson's cut. They are going to get an offensive foul on Prophet Johnson. He's a little bit of a one-man show right now. He's got 4. The rest of his teammates, not anything yet. 8-4, Quinnipiac is our score, and we're going to stay here. Mike, Quinnipiac's playing good. I mean, they show the same sense of urgency they normally do, and you really have to give it to credit to Pecora and them. Could be a back-to-back MAC Coach of the Year.
Indeed, and I think a big thing that I've noticed so far early in this game is the shot selection. For Quinnipiac, they're getting the ball, they're moving it around, they're creating the open looks. Meanwhile, for Fairfield, they're taking a lot of tough, contested shots. Whether it was the Peyton Smith layup, whether it's been Prophet Johnson's fadeaway shots, Prophet Johnson can hit those shots, but contesting every single shot, it's going to be difficult if that's how every shot's going to go all night.
And even Quinnipiac, their depth, they have size in the depth. Reyes is 6'7", Springs 6'9", Bennett 6'4". Their smallest guy is Caden Bennett at 6'4". I mean, Savion Lewis, yes, he is the facilitator on this team, but him not playing really kind of gives them a height advantage. And with the lack of Fairfield physicality that we've seen for the most part of this regular season, this is Quinnipiac. It's still very much a winnable game for Quinnipiac.
Yeah, and again, as I said in the pregame, it's very much for these rotational players. It gets them this opportunity. Gets them this opportunity to start if their name's called upon in Atlantic City, because in Atlantic City, in March, anything can happen and anyone could go off for a great night. Sports,
they're unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen at any given moment. Basketball, like any other sport, is a next man up mentality. Quinnipiac using that bench tonight, and it's worked for them thus far. 8-4 is our score with the Bobcats in front. To recap your scoring, Zimmerman and Randall have a 3 apiece, and Springs has 2. Prophet Johnson has all 4 for your Fairfield University Stags. I believe we'll have a sub here as Pep Band gets the crowd into it once again. Great crowd on hand for series finale, or the season finale, despite the students being on spring break, as it looks like Quinnipiac will make a sub. Doug Young, the senior guard out of Houston, Texas, will be checking into the game. He is one of their better three-point shooters on the team, even particularly off the bench to keep this offense going, and what makes Quinnipiac really a complete team. And for Fairfield, Lincati will check into the game for Peyton Smith.
Yeah, for Lincati, I mean, he's had his really good moments. Yes, he's a first year, and he's had those moments where he shows that he may be a first year. But I think for him, if he can be that defensive presence on his great games, there's a good chance Fairfield can limit the size advantage by Quinnipiac.
So we're back, 8-4 Quinnipiac. Sparks got beat by Bennett, but he stays with him to rebound nicely. Cross-court pass to Randall, his three. No good, rebound Lincati. Johnson going to push it here now. He wants Burgess, but Burgess is guarded tightly by Young. Johnson's going to push it, finds Lincati. That's an arid release, and that is just a poor execution there.
I think Lincati thought that Springs may have come out with maybe coming behind him, was thinking there was going to be a contested layup, so I think he was trying to get a little bit air on that instead of trying to go up for the dunk.
And Fairfield has been a very strong ball security team. They have been. However, their bigs are more lean. They haven't been as physical as the OTNOs in the MAC. Another example there of 2 points that Fairfield's going to want back. It's Quinnipiac's going to take it here. Arid pass there. It looked like a deflection again. But it will stay with Quinnipiac as Casey doesn't agree with it.
And you saw kind of Prophet Johnson talk with Isaac Lincati, kind of almost just saying, grab that ball. It's a pop fly. Get it. Every possession right now is going to be crucial, even early in this game.
Every possession matters in these win-and-in type games. And out of bounds, Doug Young's foot was on the line there, and it will be Fairfield possession.
And you saw that aggressiveness by Braden Sparks. I mean, he's very much wanting to make sure this Fairfield team can get themselves into Atlantic City. He's going to put his body on the line tonight, as are most of these, if not all these players tonight.
They absolutely should be, Michael. Sparks is going to take it here, coming off a 20-point game versus Siena. His three, no good, but he is fouled on the shot. That kind of gets Fairfield back into it. That's 3 free throws for Sparks.
Yeah, I've been loving Sparks' aggressiveness these past couple games. He's been able to score, and he's just getting to his shot. And like as we're seeing the replay, I mean, defender gets in his landing space and gets Braden Sparks 3 free throws.
Referee stops the free throw here. Not sure what specifically they could be looking at. The ref's going to go over to Coach Casey. Bear with us here, folks. Are they debating whether or not his foot was on the line?
I think that's what it is. They're going to the replay right now.
Referees tonight are Edward Corbett Jr., Greg Moyer, and Randall Wells. I couldn't identify which one is which. However, we have the list here, and that's good enough.
You look at Braden Sparks just a second ago, talking with Isaac Lincati, telling him basically keep his head up, keep his head in the game. One mistake may not be the difference maker, but just make sure you get the next one.
And honestly, how this game plays out could dictate what Quinnipiac does for the rest of the game in terms of the urgency factor. Sparks' first free throw. Gets the lucky roll and in. Sparks, as we mentioned, coming off of that 20-point game versus Siena Saints in the 68-64 loss. Second free throw, short. Free throws have been an issue for the Stags as a whole, especially in close games. Haven't been as consistent as you would hope, as the third one here is good. So it's 8-6 as Sparks goes 2 of 3 from the line. Bergens with the full court, half-court pressure on Young. Springs left open. Lincati going to pressure him up top. However, he got to play disciplined defense. That's a tough finish, even with great defense there. Big body with Springs getting the tough two.
And you've seen Fairfield push. They're not trying to let Quinnipiac's defense set. They want to keep the ball moving. They want to get to where they want to be. And it's just stripped away from Sparks.
Yeah, Sparks had all the momentum, but Bennett met him. Tough finish there by Bennett, but he is fouled. A little bit of a bang-bang contact play, but Quinnipiac gets the benefit of the doubt with the whistle. Foul, I believe, is going to be on Prophet Johnson. Excuse me, I take that back. It'll be on Jamie Bergen, so that'll be his first, team second, as we will have Deion Perry and Kyle Jenkins check in to see their first minutes of the night.
Yeah, for Perry, especially for Perry, last game having 2 points, he needs a great offensive game tonight, especially against a team that, as we said before, is very deep, but is also very big tonight.
Let's not forget, Perry had 23 in that first game at Quinnipiac. However, 18 of those came in the first half. It's got to be consistent off the bench. Fairfield's bench has struggled greatly as of late with the exception of Kyle Jenkins. They need more options on the bench to keep the scoring flow going as Bennett makes both free throws and Quinnipiac's out to a 6-point lead. Johnson finds Bergens. Bergens, tough finish, finds Mancotti. No good there, but he gets the finish. It's going to be the shot on the floor. They're not going to get the follow-up, so it won't be an N1. The first attempt was the foul. That's going to be on Springs. That's his first, team's third. Mancotti going to go to the line for 2.
And as you saw, again, they still trust Mancotti even after that first attempt. Again, just getting the freshman his time, his minutes, his play, getting him to his spot. That's going to be a crucial thing for tonight, and getting those smart shots tonight.
First free throw, no good. Mancotti on the year. Has played 29 games. However, only averaging 2.2 in those contests, 2.6 rebounds. 75 rebounds total. Is a 62% free throw shooter as that second one goes in. 5-point game.
But what he doesn't maybe bring on the offensive side in terms of scoring, he does bring on the defensive side with 27 blocks this season.
And there's another one right there. Add 1 to that. Mancotti, great job following that play. Bergens was getting beat there by Young, but Mancotti met him at the rack.
Again, great help defense on that. Nice block, not going over top on the body. Mancotti with a great defensive play.
Then on the inbound, finds Mabry. His 3, nothing but net. If Quinnipiac can get that bench going, particularly from long range like Mabry just did, it's going to be smooth sailing for Quinnipiac here as their lead's up to 8.
And for Mabry, this is his first appearance since late February against Manhattan and Shoe.
Yeah, but Johnson's answer's right back there. He's up to 6. We have a 6-point game now. Springs wants the ball on Bergens there with a clear mismatch. Bergens staying with him. Mancotti with the help defense. Not enough there as Springs is able to get it to go.
I like the idea of Mancotti on that, but he kind of he just overshot the help defense. If anything, he probably should have gone a little bit farther back towards the hoop.
Johnson with the shot. Good. He is really a one-man army right now. He's up to 8.
Yeah, as we said, Rob Johnson's got to get his, but you got to have someone else score. You need some other help. As Mancotti with another block.
Yeah, Johnson's going to take it here. He wants to go, but his elbow shot. In and out, rebound Springs. Johnson goes to the floor. He's good, though. Quinnipiac's going to push on the other end. Blocked there by Jenkins. Bergens has it. Absolutely frantic action here right now. Jared Bergens is going to slow it down, and wise choice.
Like I said in the beginning, smart play, smart shots.
Good finish there by Mancotti. That's why he's in for those offensive boards. It gets the job done there.
And that's got to be a little bit of a weight off the back. I mean, the first 2 shots he takes kind of clank off the iron, but now this shot gets in.
Yeah, that's a foul there on Mancotti. I think he just got enough of a piece of Bennett there to get the foul call in his favor. So that'll take us to an under 12 timeout. 17-13 is our score. Quinnipiac out front. Quinnipiac, despite down Monroe, despite down OTNO, and despite down Savion Lewis, are leading this game by 4. What from Quinnipiac has impressed you thus far, Mike?
I think really for these players that may not get as many play minutes or may just be off the bench, I mean, their composure is – I'm very happy, or I would be very intrigued by their composure right now. They're all playing like they've been starters all season, and I think that's got to be a credit to Tom Pecora's team.
And you're seeing selfless play. 4 assists here early. Fairfield, none. And it really speaks to that next man up mentality as – Johnson has 8 of the 13 Fairfield points. Fairfield's going to have to find an offensive source outside of Prophet Johnson. Particularly, you have to look at Braden Sparks and Jamie Bergens to get going. And even Peyton Smith, once him and Mankati continue to share minutes here, as Sheer team is going to be taking the floor here under 12 minutes. Once again, we thank you for listening to WVOF Sports coverage of Fairfield men's basketball. It's been an absolute pleasure to cover both men's and women's basketball season from Mahoney to Sacred Heart to even Quinnipiac and to Atlantic City. We know when one of the games will be. The women's first game will be that Wednesday, the 12th at noon. Still TBD who's going to be on the call for that one, but you can count on WVOF Sports being there. Remember, if the men win, they will be the 10 seed. They will have that 8:30 p.m. game against Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart went 2-0 versus Fairfield in the regular season. Sacred Heart won by 6 here at Mahoney Arena back on February 8th. And most recently, Sacred Heart made a statement at home, beating Fairfield 83-62. But Mike, as we come back here, what do you need from Fairfield out of this media timeout to potentially tie this game and take the lead?
First thing I would say is one thing I've noticed: fast break points. Fairfield only has 2 to Quinnipiac's 8. I think the defense, they've got to pick it up. They've got to limit these transition buckets. If they can do that, I think that's a big step in the direction. Another thing, obviously, you need someone else to score. You can't just have Prophet Johnson doing it all night. You need someone else to get going, especially like a Dion Perry or a Jamie Bergens needing to hit down his three-point shots.
And speaking of Dion Perry, he is back into the game for the Stags, as is Jenkins, Johnson, Bergens, Mankati, and Perry. Bennett's going to go to the line for 2 after that foul on Mankati. For Quinnipiac, it'll be Springs, Zimmerman, Mabry, Bennett at the line, and Grant Randall, the first year out of Queens, New York, who's getting a great amount of minutes here tonight, as that's Bennett's first free throw is good. Quinnipiac perfect from the line thus far, 3 for 3. Fairfield on the other end, 3 for 5. Bennett's second free throw, good. Perry at the point. Jenkins to Bergens to Perry. Fairfield trying to find somebody open. Here's Bergens. Perry wants something but doesn't have it. Nice bounce pass to Mankati, who slams it down. Mankati's got a quick 5 here.
And again, great shot selection by Bergens. He doesn't take the step-back 3 that may be contested. He sees the open man in Mankati, and he dishes it out. Nice dish underneath or to the bottom of the basket.
Yeah, but Bergens is one of the grad students on this team. He hasn't had his offensive production as he'd hope, as that cut there is no good. Good contest by Jenkins, but Bergens is getting it done on the passing game, looking to get the offense going here, cutting the lead even more. Johnson now finds Perry. Don't be surprised if Johnson plays all 40 tonight. Perry, his 3. No good. Rebound there. Don't know who that's off of. It's going to stay with Fairfield, as they say it's off Randall.
And for a player like Jamie Bergens, I mean, he's had experience in these difficult situations. Before Drexel, he was a part of that Oral Roberts team, that 15 seed that went into the Sweet 16 in the 2021 NCAA tournament.
Bergens, his 3. No good. Rebound, Bennett. Fairfield, good job getting back in transition, but Quinnipiac's going to slow things down. Zimmerman, nice behind the back. His jumper, in and out. Rebound there by Bergens.
Nice defense by Jenkins on that play.
Perry under the hoop on Springs. Good finish by Mankati, but they're going to get a foul call on the floor. That's going to be on Zimmerman, so that'll be the team's 4th. That's his 2nd, team's 4th. So it will be an inbound here for Dion Perry. His pass to Bergens. Good defense by Zimmerman there. Keeping the hands up and the feet set. Johnson.
It looks like Quinnipiac switched to his zone defense.
As Reyes is going to go to the scorekeeper's table. Nice find to Johnson. His cut and basket is good. And we've got a 2-point game halfway through the first half, Mike.
This is huge right now for Fairfield. They're kind of finding those pokes in the holes on the defense for Quinnipiac.
Yeah, and that Springs 3, no good there. Rebound Johnson. He wants to push it. Here's Perry. Perry's 3. No good. He's struggling right now, as he has for about 4 games or so now. Here's Bennett. Bennett's going to cut. Here's Springs. His free throw-ish shot. No good. Randall lost it, but it's going to stay with Quinnipiac as they're going to say it was off Jenkins. Reyes and Young going to check in for Zimmerman and Springs. So a little bit smaller for Quinnipiac now. Look for Moncati to get even more touches as him and Johnson have 15 of the Stags' 17. We talked about the one-dimensional offense, and Moncati's been great. You just need someone else outside of those two.
Yeah, I mean, I like what they've done right now. They've kind of attacked underneath. They've tried to get these kind of pick-and-roll offensive schemes going, but I want to see someone else get some scoring done.
Jenkins on Randall. Randall, his 3. That's long. There's a rebound by Johnson. Johnson wants to push it here. Mabry backpedaling. Johnson, nice spin move. His bucket is good, and he's getting the crowd fired up, and that's an N1 there. Prophet Johnson putting the team on his back. You can hear the crowd through my headphones as the screen has frozen. But we are back. Going to wait for that official foul calls. Fairfield's in the midst of a 6-0 run now here over the past 2 minutes. That's a foul on Mabry. So that's going to be his first, team's 5th. Fairfield looking for their first lead of the game.
And a substitution change with Sparks coming in from Moncati, so kind of Fairfield now kind of going to that smaller lineup with Jenkins at the 5.
Yeah, Fairfield's looking to extend this lead and even take it for the first time. Free throw good. Johnson's up to 13. Quinnipiac 0 of their last 7. A little bit of in a rut. However, this game is going to be a long one. Don't go anywhere. Poke there by Sparks. Bennett gets it back. He's cutting. Looked like he froze with the ball a little bit, but Jenkins gets the board through some tough contact. Here's Perry. Perry on Young, 1-on-1. Perry, nice cut. Finds Sparks. His 3. In and out. Rebound there by Young. Johnson looked like that's a foul there. A little bit of a mental lapse there for Johnson, trying to do a little bit too much there. Just his first, team's 4th.
And you kind of see here in this crowd really wants to get into it for Fairfield. And you're seeing, like on that last Braden Sparks 3 attempt, they were ready to start losing their minds on that shot. But again, another thing that I want to see is this crowd tonight. I want to see this crowd get into it. A couple weeks ago, we saw with a women's game that this crowd for the women's got the women a big win, I think, in my opinion, from the crowd's energy.
And Quinnipiac's crowd absolutely showed up the first time as that gets him going on the spark steal. His finish. Too strong. Rebound Johnson, who's been everywhere tonight. He's up to 15. Quinnipiac is going to take a timeout here. This is the loudest the crowd has been all night. Prophet Johnson doing everything right now.
Yeah, I mean, 15 points right now on the night. I mean, he's been everywhere, whether it's been on the offensive glass, whether it's been the mid-range, whether it's been on defense. He has been everywhere, and he's been the spark, I think, for Fairfield that gets some of these other players going right now, like a Moncati, like a Braden Sparks getting some steals right now.
Yeah, Braden Sparks, you have to shout at him, huge on the defensive end. We have seen a kind of a fire or an urgency from him that we really haven't seen. It started in that Siena game where he shot 8 of 10 from that game. He's even good on the defensive end, too, just picking up point guards and pressure. And he's continued that. Good defense has turned into good offense. And Fairfield is in the midst of a 9-0 run here in just about 3 minutes or so here. The core is going to take a timeout. Once again, Quinnipiac has the 1 seed locked. Their top 3 players, Monroe, Otieno, and Lewis, are inactive tonight. However, they still have great depth. Reyes has been playing. Bennett is playing well. He has 4. They are really doing well in the rebounding thus far. Fairfield rebounding them by 1, though. As Quinnipiac's going to take it here. Here's Young. Bergens on Young. He's going to swing it to Reyes. Johnson's got to be careful not to foul. 3 by Mabry. Good. Quinnipiac answers right back. Perry to Sparks to Johnson. His 3. Short. Rebound Mabry. He wants to push it. Opposite pass to Young. Young to Reyes on the perimeter. His give and go. 3 Young. Good. That was just too easy there, and Casey is not thrilled with the perimeter defense there.
Seems like Tom Pecora's got Quinnipiac right back into their method of get the right shot, get a good shot, and get an open shot.
Well, we saw this on Friday or last Friday with Mount St. Mary's even. Fairfield struggling to guard the perimeter. That's a swat there by Ray. It's beautiful defensive stop there. Young struggling to find it. Sparks gets it to Johnson. Johnson wants to take it. He will. He'll make it. He's up to 17. 17 of the 24.
Prophet Johnson, as we said in the timeout, he's been everywhere. He is looking to make sure that Fairfield gets in and that Quinnipiac should know that Fairfield is a threat in the MAC, even as potential 10 seed.
Ray is here now. Bleachmore's going to go to scorekeeper's table. Nice tip there by Jenkins. Going to stay with Quinnipiac, though. We're going to take an under 8. Timeout here. 25-24 is your score. And sound like a broken record, but this is all Prophet Johnson.
Indeed. I mean, Prophet Johnson, 17 points on the night. I mean, like I said, he's been everywhere. He's been doing everything. Tonight, 17 points with 5 rebounds on the night. I mean, he's getting to the boards. He's getting where he needs to get, and he's got a steal tonight. It doesn't matter where it's been. He's been everywhere.
I will say, though, Fairfield does have to be better guarding the perimeter. 2 back-to-back threes out of that Quinnipiac timeout. They are shooting 45% from 3. Reminded, this is out without Savion Lewis and Amari Monroe. So Fairfield has to crack down defensively. They're still trailing in this game here, and Fairfield's got to start making some threes at a better clip. They have not made a three-pointer yet. 0 of 5. We know Johnson's capable of making 3 points, but Fairfield really needs somebody else. So who is that somebody else going to be?
Right now, I would say it's Braden. I would say Braden Sparks right now on the defensive end, getting the steals. But I think on the offensive end, I'd say someone like an Isaac Moncati. You get him back in that pick and roll offense. It was working for a lot of the night. I think if you can continue to keep that pick and roll offense, you can get someone else to get you more points as well.
Going to be taking a media timeout here as we have our fan interaction of the night. But want to take a deeper dive into the MAC standings and how it is going to look more in depth. Quinnipiac is your 1 seed. Merrimack is going to be the 2, as that was a hideous shot by that fan, with all due respect. Marist, 3. 4 is Iona. They jumped from 6th to 4th today. Mount St. Mary's, 5 after a defeat from Marist. That one's no good. 6 is Manhattan, so that's the last bye after their win versus Siena. 7, your Sacred Heart Pioneers. They finished their first season in the MAC at 500, 8 seed, the Rider Bronx. That one might. Nope. Sorry. Rider Bronx, 8 seed. Siena, 9. That is your 8-9 matchup, which will be at 6 p.m. sharp on Tuesday, the 11th. And your 10 seed is up for grabs. It will be the Fairfield Stags with a win. With a loss, it will be the St. Peter's Peacocks. So, as I mentioned before, one of the 2 championship game participants from last year will not even be making a trip to Atlantic City. Niagara and Canisius already eliminated.
And if I'm Fairfield right now, with this close of a game, I'm focused on this game. And I think Coach Casey, probably in the pregame locker room, was telling them, hey, focus on the game. Doesn't matter what's going on the outside noise. Don't listen to the outside noise. Just worry about this game.
You can see Luke Davidson, the energy spark on this team. He is in the game as he is always, no matter the score. 3 by Mabry, long. Rebound by Bleachmore. He had a tip on it, last touch by him. It's going to stay with Quinnipiac because Randall and Bleachmore were going toe for toe.
Yeah, Bleachmore had to try to fight off Randall right there with one arm and tried to get the rebound with the other, but unfortunately couldn't hold on to it.
Zimmerman back into the game. They're going to get Sparks for a foul. That'll be his first, team's 5th, and Johnson is going to be resting here, so someone has got to step up on the offensive end here. You've got Perry, Sparks, Bergens, Bleachmore, and Jenkins. Quinnipiac, Young, Mabry, Springs, Randall, and Zimmerman.
I would expect right now, I think Perry or Sparks have got to be the team players to lead the offensive charge for Fairfield. So it looks like Sparks and Young getting a little bit of some hand checking right now.
Good contest there by Jenkins for the block. Sparks going to take it here. Sparks doesn't have an option, finds Bleachmore, who goes to Jenkins in the post. His pass to Perry. He cuts. No idea what that was, but we got a reason. There's a foul. I believe it's going to be a block on. That's Zimmerman. That's his third already. Team's 6. If Fairfield can get one more foul and start going to the line, this could potentially be a big swing.
Indeed.
Obviously, you have to make your free throws. That's one thing, but having the free throws is enough of a start.
Indeed. I mean, right now, it's been a high foul game. I mean, 11 fouls already called in this game total. It's definitely going to be interesting if we get free throw shots for Fairfield.
Good cut by Bergens. Better pass to Bleachmore. His finish good, and Bleachmore needed that more than anybody, I think.
Indeed. I mean, he's been struggling in the last couple of games. I believe in the last game against Siena, he only had like 2 points. So for that, that's a big confidence booster, and also a great movement by Bergens, a great shot selection there.
And Young loses it to Bleachmore's defense. Bergen's going to push it, goes to Perry. His finish. Good, and Dion Perry is on the board, stags up 3.
That's another person who needs that little confidence booster. A layup right there could get something sparked right there. So we'll see what that does.
Bergen's tightly on Bennett. Perry overzealous with the defense. Mabry, will he pay? Yes, they make the Stags pay for the overzealousness. Johnson's going to check back into the game. We're all locked up at 28. Perry's 3. Book it.
Right there, that may be the spark that Perry needed to have some type of game, to be that other player, that other offensive threat, as Johnson's going to go right back to the bench after that three-point shot.
I think Perry needed that also for his confidence. Keep him in. Casey wants momentum, and Perry's got it right now with 5 straight points. As this is Bennett on the perimeter, guarded by Jenkins. Mabry in the post of Springs. Bleachmore tightly on him. Bleachmore. Tough defense there, but Springs with follow-up.
And I'm liking the defensive pressure right now Fairfield's putting on, but I'd like to see them crash to the boards a little bit more.
Good outlet pass there to Sparks. Bleachmore's 3. That's short. Rebound by Springs. Mabry has it. Goes cross court to Young. Young's quick 3. No good. Rebound Bergens. Bergens loses it, but it's going to be going Fairfield's way, and that foul will put Fairfield in the bonus. So it will be 1-1 from here on out, unless Quinnipiac gets to 10. Then we will start shooting 2 free throws. Fairfield's got to pad their lead here with the free throws here. Fairfield has struggled from the line, have been inconsistent this year. As a team, they have shot just 73% from the line. Certainly skewed as some games have been better than others.
And right now, for free throws, every point is crucial tonight.
Win or go home. Stakes couldn't be higher as that free throw's no good there. Now 4 of 7 from the line as this is Young. Sparks tightly on him. Johnson waits to check in. Young gets beat but loses it. It's going to go Fairfield's way as Johnson's going to check in for Bergens.
Right now, 3 of the scorers that we said needed to have big games right now are in with Sparks, with Perry, and with Johnson as well.
So Perry, Sparks, Johnson, Bleachmore, Jenkins in for the Stags now. Johnson's going to take it here. He's going to make a move on Young, but goes to Bleachmore. Bleachmore to Perry, wanted the 3, but thought better. He'll take it, though. Short, offensive board, Jenkins. Sparks has it. Goes back to Jenkins, a little bit of hot potato. Here's Johnson. Johnson's going to cut. His tough finish hits the side of the stench. No good there.
Well, that shot didn't go down. I like the aggressiveness by Johnson right there, splitting the defense on the zone and getting downhill as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it looks like Sparks tripped out Bennett there, so that'll be a foul on Sparks. That'll be his second, team 6. No more to give for Fairfield. Next Fairfield foul, both teams will be in the bonus. Fairfield's already in the bonus, missed the first 1-1. Quinnipiac perfect from the line thus far, 4 of 4.
And Bergens comes in for Sparks. Sparks' 2 fouls, making sure you don't get him in foul trouble this early.
Yeah, and Quinnipiac on the other end kept Zimmerman on the bench with 3 fouls. Bennett now, Perry on him. Perry pestering Bennett, but goes to Mabry. Mabry's got a quiet 9. Young. Tough finish, no good there. Good board by Johnson.
And that defensive possession I love.
And here's Bleachmore with the slam. Not intentional there by Mabry. Just get back on defense there. Great outlet pass.
And on that last defensive possession, I loved it. All the 5 players were active. All 5 players were moving their feet. All 5 players were making sure there was no open shot, and that led to a turnover and an easy transition dunk by Bleachmore.
And that's going to be a foul on Perry now, so Quinnipiac will be in the bonus, going 1-1. Not sure why Perry's smiling, but that's kind of his personality, I guess, a little bit. Media timeout under 4, 33-30. Fairfield's offense has found a little bit of traction with the likes of Dion Perry, Isaac Mancotti, and Louis Bleachmore with the ferocious slam. How does Fairfield take the lead heading into half to preserve momentum?
I think they have to keep this energy up right now. They have to continue to be very active on defense with their hands, with the transitions, with the movements, whether it's a center going out to defend a guard or whether it's a guard making sure the center doesn't have an easy shot. It's got to be, they have to be active on both ends of the ball, but especially that defensive end. That last defensive possession, I think, was the best showing of that. If they can keep that up for this first half, they can have the lead going into halftime.
And what's been a struggle has been a positive for them tonight. Points off turnovers, 10-2 in favor of Fairfield. Fairfield has limited the turnovers and has capitalized on them. Fairfield needs to keep doing that, though. Quinnipiac has not turned the ball over a lot, just 6 times. Fairfield is second least turnovers per game in the MAC. Who's first? Merrimack. Averages only 9 turnovers a game, which is a phenomenal feat in today's basketball landscape and type of game that is played. So we're up to 3:20 left in the first half. 33-30 is our score, Stags have shown a little bit of life offensively. Both teams are in the bonus. Mike, I feel like this game's going to come down to free throws, but, I don't know. Free throws are going to be, I know it's early, but it's going to decide, I think, who has momentum going into half.
You've got to make your free throws right now. Those are just those kind of give-me points right there that you have to make. And, again, right now, it hasn't hurt Fairfield at the moment, but if Quinnipiac starts to get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 free throw attempts, while Fairfield's very low, maybe low on those free throw attempts, that could be the deciding factor.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an extended media timeout for the under 4. Once again, we thank you for listening to WVOF Sports coverage of Fairfield men's basketball here from Leo D. Mahoney Arena. And thank you for listening to what's been a very exciting season from a 70-foot shot to a 19-1 conference run for the women. It has been an absolute pleasure to track it all here, and we are far from finished as Atlantic City is on the horizon. Women will be the 1 seed, men trying to punch their ticket here tonight as the decibel meters are going through the roof right now.
I'm loving the crowd atmosphere right now. They are giving that Fairfield that juice they may need to get themselves more points, to get themselves into this game, to keep themselves ahead in this game.
Absolutely. So we'll be 1-1 for Bennett. Johnson and Bergen's going to switch here. On the floor for the Stags, same 5. Perry, Bergens, Bleachmore, Johnson, and Jenkins. And for the Bobcats, it's going to be Mabry, Bennett, Randall, Reyes, and Springs. First free throw, no good. Rebound, though, goes to Reyes. Quinnipiac, second chance. They're going to get a foul there. Think it's going to be on Jenkins. Nope, that's going to be on Johnson. That'll be his second. Team's 8. So this will be 2 shots from the line. Johnson's got to be a little bit careful here, although I think Casey has confidence in him. And if I'm going to be quite frank, I think the team needs him out there.
Yeah, I mean, he has 17 of the 33 points for Fairfield. You need to keep him in there, and you just need to tell him, keep your head on and do not lose your composure.
Well, speaking of that, McQueen-Reek is going to check in for his first minutes as Johnson's going to take a breather, only heightening offensive importance for other players as Perry is going to take the lead here more presumptuously than not. Second free throw, Reyes, good. 1-point game.
Right now, what I'd like to see them in this zone defense, several times this Fairfield team has been able to break down this zone defense, whether it's moving the ball or whether it's getting down deep in the zone, like Bleachmore is doing right now.
Bleachmore, too strong of a finish, but Jenkins right there for the follow-up 3-point game.
And that's the second time tonight a Fairfield player has split the zone defense and gotten downhill all the way to the rim.
That's too much space for Bennett there, but it's a clean poke, and it will be going with Fairfield. That's a great poke there by Kyle Jenkins, who's gotten it done on the defensive end despite only 2 points here thus far, doing a lot defensively for the Stags. Perry. Bleachmore, Reek. Back to Perry. Perry's got to be smart here. Wanted the shot, thought better. Here's Perry, his three. Head looked like it was going down, but didn't. Fairfield wanted to travel as Paul Schlickman is pissed. Trust me, he was. Here's Bennett. Here's Springs with Jenkins on him. Jenkins tightly on Springs. Bergen's help defense, no. Mabry, he's open. His three is good. He is on a heater right now. He is 4 for 5 from 3, and we've got a tied game.
Like we said at the beginning, this was going to be a close game, and I think the big thing that I said, Fairfield's defense has got to be very much on top of everything tonight.
Yeah, a little bit of a lapse there defensively. Perry goes to Jenkins. Jenkins just right in the hands of Mabry, wanted Bergens. He's going to go to Randall. Good poke there by Bergens. Is going to stay with Quinnipiac, however. .145 left in the first half. All knotted at 35. Bennett on the inbound. Can't give Mabry any open looks. He has been the hot hand for the Bobcats tonight. That's going to be off Bleachmore, and it's going to stay with the Bobcats. 21 on the shot clock, minute 41 on the game clock.
And right now, between Fairfield and Quinnipiac, you're seeing two different philosophies. For Fairfield, it's points in the paint right now that's keeping them in this game. And for Quinnipiac, it's three-point shots that are keeping them in this game.
And Mabry just continues the hot hand. He's got 14 first points in the paint tonight. Bleachmore with a cut. No. Finds Perry. Perry cuts once more. Oh, that looked clean from our angle, but they're going to get Bennett on a foul. I don't know if I agree with that one there.
It looked like it was a clean foul, as we see on the replay right now. It looked clean to me.
That looked like all ball, but cannot reverse the call. Perry's got to go to the line for 2. These are 2 huge free throws. First free throw. Good. Perry's up to 6. Mankadi's got to check back into the game, going in for Jenkins. Perry with the second. Looking to tie the game. Second good. 2 much-needed free throws to tie the game now. Fairfield, 6 of 9 from the charity strike. As Ben's got to take it up here. Ben's got 2 fouls. He's got to play careful. Mabry, who's been the hot shooter for the Bobcats all night. Gets it to Reyes. Reyes, that's an errant pass there. No, excuse me, it was deflected there, so Quinnipiac will retain possession. Ref telling Prophet Johnson to sit down. It is one of those games where you got to be in it from start to finish. Reyes going to inbound on the Fairfield bench side. Here's Springs. Springs goes to Randall. Randall finds Bennett. Reek, good contest there. Good defense by Reek there. Mabry, 3. No good. That was a shocker. Rebound, Reek.
Yeah, that was a gift from Quinnipiac. Not with an open shot like that. Mabry very consistent right now. It looks like we're going to get a timeout from Fairfield.
I don't hate that. You know, you need momentum heading into the second half. You need to have a lead or at least a tie. The vibe in that locker room is going to be a lot different if you're up or tied rather than down. And I understand the game is going to be wire to wire. However, you need quality here, and you need to get a bucket here.
Also, this timeout also does serve very well. It's kind of just like a let's take a deep breath. These last couple minutes very much heightened. A lot of motion, a lot of moving, a lot of running up and down the floor. So kind of taking this timeout to get yourself a little bit composed for these last 41 seconds and put the best shots you can on the floor.
As the crowd is going crazy, we'll take a deeper dive into the deeper metrics of tonight's game. Fairfield shooting 43%. On 11% from 3, though, that has got to go up. Quinnipiac, the three-point game, has kept us in this game, particularly Ryan Mabry, who shot 4 of 6 from 3, has 14 on the game. Certainly a season high, maybe even a career high. He's got the hot hand right now, and Tom Pecora might as well play him the rest of the game because he is cooking right now, people. Bleachmore is going to inbound here. Who we got for Fairfield? We got Perry. Bleachmore, Jenkins, Bergens, and Reek. 38 on the game clock, 20 on the shot clock. Quinnipiac with the press. Bergens avoids the backcourt. Reek cuts to Jenkins. Quinnipiac's double teaming everybody. Here's Reek. Here's Bergens. Perry. Perry escapes the trap. Able to stay in bounds. Bleachmore to Reek. Reek, 3, that's off. Great play design, bad execution on the 3.
It looked like just Reek had to force that out a little quicker. Didn't get his feet set and ready for that shot.
Minkowski going to check back into the game for Jenkins, probably for defensive purposes. Helps to have the height, especially on Springs, who stands. He's got to be at least 7 foot, right? He's 6'9". Looks a lot bigger. Quinnipiac going to hold for the last shot. Here is Reyes. Fairfield can't foul. Reyes going to cut on Perry. Perry gets the steal, but the clock is going to expire. And that type of hustle play has Fairfield happy and has the bench happy at least, as we've got a tied game after 20. Mike, this is kind of what we expected regardless of the fact that Otieno, Savion Lewis, and Amari Monroe are all out. What does Fairfield need to do to play their last 20 and go to Atlantic City?
For me, I would say the biggest thing is the 3-point shots. 1 of 9. You cannot expect to win a game if you're shot 1 of 9 from 3. You got to hit a couple more 3-pointers than that. But I think anything else, they got to keep up this intensity into the second half. They got to keep their foot on the gas pedal, and they got to keep going.
Johnson has been the guy for the Stags, although he sat out the latter portion of the last 5 minutes or so of the first half, with 17 points. More notably, 2 fouls. Brian Mabry has been the guy for Quinnipiac. He has 14 on 5 of 7, shooting 4 of 6 from 3. Folks, don't go anywhere. This is as exciting as it gets. Who will get the last spot in the MAC Atlantic City tournament? Will it be Fairfield with a win, or will Quinnipiac play spoiler and send St. Peter's inadvertently to not the big dance quite yet, to Atlantic City? We'll be right back in 15. Don't go anywhere.
Good girl going bad. Take 3. Action. No clouds in my stones. Let it rain. I hydroplane in the bank coming down like a Dow Jones. When the clouds come, we gone. We Rockefellers, we fly higher than weather, and cheap vibes are better. You know me, in anticipation for precipitation, stack chips with a rainy day. Jay, Rain Man is back with Little Miss Sunshine. Rihanna, where you at?
You have my heart, and we'll never be worlds apart. Maybe in magazines, but you still be my star. Baby, 'cause in the dark, you can't see shiny cars.
It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. Hey, your Sergeant Barry, while to break the spell of aging. Celebrity skin, is this your chin or is that war you're waging? Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Mary McGill, be my ferry to the world, be my very own constellation. A teenage bride with a baby inside, getting high on information. And buy me a star on a boulevard, it's Californication. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. In Cobain, can you hear the spheres singing songs off station to station? And Alderon's not far away, it's Californication. Born and raised by those that praise control of population. Everybody's been there and I don't need no vacation. Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Destruction leads to a very rough road, but it also breeds creation. An earthquake's out to a girl's guitar, that's just another good vibration. And tidal waves couldn't save the world from Californication. Hey, I Sergeant Mary, while to break the spell of aging. Sicker than the rest, there is no test, but this is what you're craving. Firstborn unicorn, hardcore softcore. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication. Dream of Californication.
A red wine. God, God. Oh, I've had a little bit too much. All of the people stop to rush. Right. How does it twist to dance? Can't find a drink, a man. Where all my keys? I left my phone. What's going on the floor? I love
tryna pick it up like a call. I'm hitting that latch onto it until tomorrow, yeah. Surely I can see that you got so much energy. The way you're twirling up them hips round and round. There's no reason at all why you can't be here with me. In the meantime, stay, let me watch you break it down and dance. Gonna be okay. Work it, hustle. I got it, just stay close enough to get it. Don't slow. Drive it, clean it, lights out, bleed it, spend the last dough. I got it in your pocket. I got it, just dance. Don't dance. Da-da-do-do, just dance. Da-da-do-do, just dance. It starts with one thing.
I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I designed this rhyme to explain in due time. All I know, time is a valuable thing. Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look at
20 minutes will dictate whether Fairfield or St. Peter's will be that final 10 seed. I'm Andrew Jameson, joined alongside Michael Kelleher in the raucous Leo D. Mahoney Arena for the second half, where we are all not at 37 between the Stags and the Bobcats. Mike, you got to set the tone here early.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, Fairfield's got to keep that foot on the gas. They did that towards the end of that first half. They need to keep going in this second half.
Be cautious with foul trouble. Johnson and Sparks both have 2. Reyes, that jumper is good in the mid-range. Nice find there by Randall. Johnson wants to go quick. We'll slow things down for Peyton Smith. Peyton Smith, his finish is good. He's got to do more of that. He's on the board with 2.
That was a tough finish right there for Peyton Smith. That's huge right now. Keeping him in the game and keeping him going offensively will be big for the rest of this game.
Absolutely is. Here is Springs. Springs cuts on Smith. Smith hanging tough, but that's a late whistle there. And they'll get Smith for the foul. Casey is irate. Was a late call. Might have been the right one. We don't know. It was a bang-bang play. Foul's going to be on Smith. That's his second. Team's first. Teams got to be careful not to get into the bonus or force their opponent into the bonus early. Springs going to go to the line for 2. First bucket, nothing but net. Quinnipiac traveled fairly well. 40 minutes from Fairfield, a little bit north. Springs sets the first to go. He's up to 9, looking to make it double digits for himself with this free throw. No good there. Rebound, Johnson. Sparks and Bergens are down the court. Johnson is going to slow things down, goes to Bleachmore. Bleachmore cuts. Here's Sparks. Bergens. And Johnson. Johnson's 3. That's money. He wants to go to Atlantic City, and he's feeling it.
Yeah, right now Up to 20 points on the night. He's continuing where he left off in that first half, even though he sat the last about 3 minutes of that first half. He continues to be an offensive threat.
Yeah, that was kind of a wake-up call there as Springs is left wide open there. We're all not at 42. Johnson's going to keep doing that stuff, but again, Fairfield needs another offensive source.
Indeed, and right now I'd say Sparks would be that primary other offensive source. Maybe work with Bleachmore on a pick-and-roll type offensive scheme.
Randall tightly on Bergens. Bleachmore. Zimmerman, who's got 3 fouls. Bleachmore. Bennett wanted to dive for it, but doesn't. Bergens got 5 on the shot clock. 4. His 3. Right. Rebound, Randall. Here's Zimmerman. He's got 3. Blocked there by Peyton Smith. Rebound, Sparks. Johnson's pushing it. Johnson's got a 3-on-2. His mid-range, no good. Rebound, Randall. Johnson just takes it right back. Finish, no good. He kind of rushed that one a little bit, but love the effort there.
Indeed, just ripped it right out of the Quinnipiac player's hand and just got to the rim.
Blocked there by Peyton Smith. He's got some confidence defensively now. 2 blocks in the half already. Sparks going to slow things down here. Go to Bleachmore. Here's Johnson. Back to Sparks. Johnson. He's got 20 already. Looking to will Fairfield to an Atlantic City berth. Payne Smith cuts. His finish. That's a tough finish from the kid. How about that from Payne Smith?
Love the aggressiveness right there. He's not settling for a jump shot. He's getting to the downhill and getting to the rim.
Bergen's on Williams now. Fairfield cannot foul. Smith tightly on. Yeah, they're going to get him on the floor there. Looked like he grabbed him slightly. Casey is irate. However, that one I will give the benefit of the doubt. That's 3 on Smith. He's got to be careful. Casey is irate, all caps.
Indeed, and it looks like Munkati's going to come in to replace Smith. Casey's still jawing with the refs right now.
Casey's got to be careful not to give a technical here. Anything in these types of games can change momentum. Shot by Reyes, good. 44 all. Bennett wanted a foul, didn't get one. It's getting chippy and it's getting physical here. Expect that for the rest of the way. As it's Bergens. He gets Johnson. Munkati to Bergens. 16 on the shot clock. Bergens slowing things down a little bit here. Sparks. Randall tightly on him. Switches to Zimmerman. Sparks cut. His finish. No good. Bounces on the rim twice. Rebound, Springs. Randall pushing it. Here's Bennett. Fairfield can't foul there. They have 2 in the half. That one in. Wow, that's a tough finish from Zimmerman. That foul is going to be on Munkati. That'll be his second, team's third, and that's a big-time N1 opportunity there. As that was kind of a circus shot where he just put that up, and you didn't think it went in, but it did.
Yeah, I mean, he was going really, seemed uncontrolled going downhill, but he just got the shot off, and it just teardropped in.
Free throw by Zimmerman. Good. Quinnipiac up to 3-point lead. Finished by Bergens. No good. Rebound, Springs. Springs has been great on the glass tonight. Make that 11 rebounds now. Not even halfway through the second half. Good defense there by Bleachmore. Better offense by Springs. Springs has been a force in this second half as he's up to 13.
Right now with this lead for Quinnipiac growing, I'd say, again, Prophet Johnson's got to be that guy to get something going.
That's an N1 there, and that's exactly what you need. Call his number, and he will answer. Prophet Johnson with the N1. Down 3, trying to get this back to a 2-point game. It's going to be an under 16 media timeout, but Fairfield hasn't gotten the benefit of the doubt with the whistles. Peyton Smith in particular, 3 fouls. A lot of these stags are in foul trouble. Smith is 3. Johnson is 2. Sparks is 2. Munkati has 2. We think Kyle Jenkins is going to be checking in the game here, but Mike, every minute is like the last Fairfield's got to play.
Yeah, everyone has got to play, and everyone's got to play smart. I think if you've got to play your best players, and you got to make sure you tell them, hey, if you're in foul trouble, make sure you're aware and make sure you don't be overly aggressive on chasing something down or on a chase out or a block attempt.
Yeah, in the first half, it was Ryan Mabry, but this half, it's Richie Springs, the grad student out of Brooklyn, New York, the transfer from UConn, the back-to-back national champions. He's gotten it done with 13 points and 11 rebounds, 9 defensive, 2 offensive rebounds, and that one is no good by a fan there. But we'll stick to the game that matters here. Fairfield is dominating in points in the paint. Look at that, 32-12. Rebounding battle, they're losing by 3. However, Fairfield just having again the benefit of the doubt. How can Fairfield, to some extent, be a little bit more physical and just, get that burst to Atlantic City and hang on?
Yeah, I think for them, they got to continue doing that offensive set. I like how they've driven in downhill. I love how they've gotten downhill. They've gotten open shots, whether it be they kick out or whether it's be they get to the layups. They get these open shots. They get these kind of pick and roll open shots or underneath basket shots. If they can continue to do that, I think that's going to be a great step for them in getting towards a win. And
I think Quinnipiac, you kind of have to expect they're going to double team Johnson from now on out. He's got 22 plus. We don't know how many he's going to end with. I sound like a broken record, but we mentioned Braden Sparks. You have to get him going. Bergens has been scoreless, 0 of 5, 0 of 2 from 3. McCarty's had flashes, but it's really just been in the paint and dunks. They need to get another offensive source. I don't know who it's going to be, but it's got to be somebody.
Right now, I would even say potentially a player like a Dion Perry. He's the only other player that's close to 10 points with 7 points right now, 2 of 6, but 1 from 4 from 3. If he can get going, that could be a big step as well. But I think, again, you need someone else besides Prophet Johnson, because right now, Quinnipiac's saying anyone but Prophet Johnson can shoot right now, I think.
Yeah, and for Fairfield on that note, it's going to be Bergen, Sparks, Jenkins, Johnson, and McCarty. Jenkins is going to try to finish, Johnson's going to try and finish the three-point play here. And for Quinnipiac, it will be Zimmerman, Springs, Reyes, Randall, and Bennett. So Quinnipiac's up 3. Still a long way to go in this game. Quinnipiac is 3 of their last 3 from the field. Quinnipiac is locked down the 1 seed and are not playing with their top 3 players, Amari Monroe, Paulo Tiano, and Savion Lewis. Fairfield, it's win and in, lose and go home. Stakes could not be higher here on a Saturday night in Fairfield, Connecticut. Johnson's free throw. Good. 2-point game. Johnson can't foul here. He's got 2. As does Mancotti, as does Sparks. Bergens. No foul there, and it's going to be going Fairfield's way. Did Fairfield catch a break there?
It looked like it. Zimmerman looked like he was going for the dunk right there, and he looks like they just got a piece of the ball and before any hand or any arm was caught.
Here's Sparks. Gives it to Jenkins. Jenkins got to get going. He's got 2. Sparks only has 2. Bergens is scoreless. Johnson leading all scorers with 23. Mabry has yet to see the court in the second half. He's waiting, though. Johnson finish. He's just a one-man army right now. He's up to 25.
I mean, right now for Fairfield, it's just give it to Prophet Johnson and get out of the way. But I just don't know if this is a sustainable offense and if Prophet Johnson will be able to continue this offensive attack.
If they're going to, they cannot foul. Reyes 3. No good. That hit anything but the net. Put an offensive rebound for the Bobcats. Bennett going to the hoop. They're going to get a push there. I believe that's going to be on Mancotti. Yep, that's going to be his 3rd, and that's troublesome for the Stags as both of their big men, Smith and Mancotti, are at 3 fouls, but more importantly, that's the 4th team foul for the Stags. They only have 2 more to give, and we're not even halfway through the second. We're not even halfway through the second half.
And only with Quinnipiac only having 1 foul. That is huge right now.
Good defense by Bergens, but great finish by Reyes. He's up to 8. They're going to get a foul there. It's going to be on Randall. It's going to be a block nonetheless, so it'll be on the floor. Looks like it's going to be on Randall. Yep, that's going to be his first, team's second. So it's going to be a stack formation. Sparks inbounding the ball. Leachmore's checked in for Mancotti. Johnson just running the 3 offense through him. You see the double team immediately. Here's Sparks. Finds Bergens. Bergens still held scoreless. Good defense there by Quinnipiac. Forcing it out to the perimeter, 4 on the shot clock. Here's Sparks. Tough finish. Gets to the rack for 2 easy points.
And like we saw in the first half, Deion Perry got an easy layup, and all of a sudden he started hitting he hit a 3. Let's see if Braden Sparks, after that layup, can start hitting some more shots.
That needs to happen, in all honesty, if Fairfield wants to punch their ticket to Atlantic City with Jenkins on springs right now. Jenkins a little overzealous. That pass is way over the head of Reyes. That's an unforced turnover. There is Mabry, the first half hero for the Bobcats, is going to check into the game for Zimmerman.
If you look at that last kind of overhead shot, Jenkins did get a little bit in the way, altered where Springs was going to throw that pass, but also could have potentially gotten away with, if Springs decided to shoot the ball, could have potentially gotten away with a foul.
So it's going to be Johnson here. Gets to Jenkins to Sparks. Sparks has 4. Bleachmore only has... They have not updated the score, so we'll keep you posted on that. Johnson's finish. Just get out of his way. He's up to 27. This kid's special, Mike.
This kid is special. He's been special all game. I mean, these past 4 games, as we highlighted in the pregame, 4 of his last 5 games, 20-plus points with 1 17-point game.
And there's Pope there.
That is still a really good last 5 games.
3 by Randall. That's good, even with Bleachmore in his face. How about the first year? He's up to 6.
And like I said in the open, it was the other players for Quinnipiac. How are they going to react to this atmosphere? And right now, so far, they have stepped up big time.
They have stepped up big time and then some, particularly Mabry and Springs. Bergens wanted the foul, but no, he tried to bounce it off of him, but it goes in the favor of Quinnipiac. Johnson can't foul. He does not. Who Quinnipiac Bobcats down? That's Bennett down, and that's Randall limping. Fairfield's got a 5-on-3. Johnson's 3. That's good, and Fairfield takes advantage, and they needed to. Bennett is favoring his head. I'm not sure what's going to happen. This is why you play to the whistle, though, and Fairfield has the 3. Johnson's up to 30, and Fairfield's up 2, and we're at our under 12 timeout there. You hope Bennett's okay, as there was a collision, I believe, between Bennett and I want to say that was Randall, who was also limping on that play.
Yeah, it looked like Randall was limping on the play, and then Bennett was grabbing his head while he was on the ground before Prophet Johnson hit that 3.
A timeout here, but we'll stay with you here at WVOF Sports, and I'm not sure, but this is a strong case for Prophet Johnson to make an all-MAC team. I mean, this is just, if there's a definition of carrying, I'd say this is it right now.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he's had a really good last 2 weeks. He's been shooting lights out right now. He's been getting to his spots. He's been hitting his shots, and I mean, he's been taking advantage of what's been given to him. Even if Quinnipiac is trying to limit that, Prophet Johnson's saying, I don't care. I'm going to get my shot wherever I can.
30 points and 8 rebounds for the junior transfer out of Southern Utah University. He is putting on a clinic and then some. Quinnipiac, it looks like Doug Young, the senior guard out of Houston, Texas, will be checking into the game. Not sure for who yet, but fouls are a cause of concern still. Fairfield has 4. Quinnipiac has 2. Quinnipiac has been great from the charity strike, 8 of 10. Fairfield can be better, 7 of 10. Yes, it's a 1 free throw difference, but it's a 10% margin. Every free throw counts, especially in these winner-go-home type games. Once again, we thank you for listening to WVOF Sports coverage of Fairfield men's basketball live from Leo D. Mahoney Arena, the final game before Atlantic City for the MAC 2025 championships. 19 teams have punched their tickets on the men's and women's combined. The 20th spot will either go to the Fairfield Stags on the men's side or the St. Peter's Peacocks on the men's side. The winner of this game, or if Fairfield wins, they have a date with Sacred Heart, 8:30 p.m., Tuesday the 11th. If Fairfield loses and Quinnipiac wins, the St. Peter's Peacocks, your reigning MAC champions, will be the ones to face Sacred Heart, the 7th seed. The first year in the MAC, 10-10, just missed out on a bye. Had a tough loss, 90-88 loss at Iona. So Iona jumped to the 4th seed, but all eyes are on Leo Di Mahonia right now. If you're a MAC fan, and this has been a game, there's been a lot of fun, great crowd, great environment, great atmosphere. What a way to continue March.
Yeah, if you want to say anything, this is the definition of March basketball right now. Tight game, great atmosphere. Everyone's playing hard. Everyone's vying for that opportunity to go win something.
So it looks like Bennett's going to take a break on the bench. I think he's fine. They're just going to take a precautionary measure with him. Obviously, you're resting the 3 guys in Otieno, Monroe, and Lewis already. Can't afford to lose Bennett, who has been great for the Bobcats this year and has had his fair share of highlight plays. So he's going to take a breather, and in his place, Mabry's going to check into the game, as will Doug Young. So, Stags, we've got Bergens, Sparks, Johnson, Jenkins, and Bleachmore. For the Bobcats, we've got Reyes, we've got Springs, Mabry, Randall, and Young. Young and Mabry particular, you have to watch from the 3-point line, and Reyes has been hot as of late with 8 points. Mike, how important is the perimeter defense going to be here?
Right now, it's been the thing that's kept Quinnipiac in this game. They're hitting those 3-pointers right now. They're 8 of 18 compared to Fairfield's 3 of 13. So, again, close out, making sure there's not an open shot on the 3-point is crucial right now.
And Fairfield needs to keep the foot on the gas. Just because the momentum is with them right now does not mean it will stay with them. Fairfield needs to extend this lead to keep the crowd in it and to keep their hopes alive of clinching a spot, the final spot, in Atlantic City. The tournament starts Tuesday the 11th, starting with noon. That will be the Manhattan Jaspers versus the Canisius Golden Griffins on the women's side. Fairfield University will play the winner of that game, as some surfer dude who I was talking to was going crazy. Science spinner, I think, excuse me. Glad he found a home. But let's get to the action stuff that matters nonetheless. Not saying I don't like the science spinner, just we have important things here. Good defense here by Sparks up top. Finds Reyes. Springs. Young now come to the hoop. That's a great defensive stop there by Sparks. Jenkins with the board. Here's Johnson. Saying like here's Johnny, I almost said that, but didn't. Bergens. Sparks. Finds Johnson on the perimeter. Fairfield's got to make it a 2-possession game here to get them a little bit more breathing room. Bergens to Sparks. Sparks double-teamed. Bergens bounce pass to Johnson. He's already got 30, looking for more. He loses the handle, and will it stay a jump ball? It will be a jump ball, and Johnson lost the handle there, but it will be Fairfield possession, but nonetheless, kind of a sloppy handles there by Johnson. What's been a phenomenal game thus far, but you tend to emphasize the negative moments more than the positives.
And also a great defensive possession by Randall right there, staying step for step with Johnson right there and causing Johnson to kind of lose that dribble.
And here's Sparks up top. Finds Bleachmore. Gonna have a whistle here. Was Springs holding somebody?
Could be also a
Or did
potential
they get
issue
the
with
jump
that clock.
ball wrong? I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. We're going to wait for the PA announcer on this one. Looks like he is looking at the clock. Of course, the last thing you need when all the stakes and everything's on the line and who's going to make the postseason and who's not. And you do all that to add 1 second on the clock, so it's supposed to be 11:02. It's 11:03. And 1 second could be huge, so we never know.
Yeah, every second counts. I mean, we saw against that Maris game a couple weeks ago, every second counted up until the last second.
I think it was more than a month ago. As nonetheless, here's Johnson. Sparks. They've got 8 on the shot clock. Sparks is going to cut. His finish. No good there. Rebound, Randall. Sparks struggling a little bit right now. Got to stay in it, though. Here's Mabry. cut to Springs. Springs with the tough finish. Foul on Jenkins there. Jenkins, that'll be his first, team's 5th.
That just seemed like Jenkins a little bit of a frustration foul right there. It seemed like a lot of pushing right there, and Jenkins may have wanted a foul called, but
yeah, that he got all on there, and Randall Springs there Richie Springs there, was up to the challenge there and won. He's up to 15, looking to make it 16 and give the Bobcats the lead. Basket, good. Quinnipiac up 1. Here's Perry. Perry's checked into the game for Sparks. Bleachmore. Johnson. He's been the guy, but someone's got to help him. Bleachmore. Johnson is great idea, just didn't have the proper angle, and you can't let this turn into a swing for Quinnipiac. Payne Smith going to check back to the scorekeeper's table to check in. He's got 3 fouls, but coach needs him out there. It's all do or die, all chips on the table here tonight. As Johnson falls there. However, the basket is good. Quinnipiac's up 3. Johnson finds Jenkins. They're going to get a foul, I believe. That's going to be on... Bear with us. That's going to be on Mabry. That's his 2nd, team's 3rd. Zimmerman's going to check back into the game for Randall. Randall has put together a quality effort here tonight in his first start. 6 points for the first year out of Brooklyn. Smith hanging tough here. He has Perry. Perry wanted the 3, but Mabry, good contest. Bleachmore, his 3. Short. Rebound, Reyes. Fairfield can't let this get to be a 2-possession game. Zimmerman's finish uses the bank to his benefit.
Fairfield will call a 30-second timeout on that after that last bank shot by Zimmerman.
And as we have the T-shirt toss, we'll take a deeper dive into the metrics. Quinnipiac on a 7-0 run over the last minute and 11 seconds. 3 of their last 3, 5 of their last 7 overall. Fairfield in a 2-minute and 22-second scoring drought. As the crowd gets here, we are officially past the halfway marker in the second half. Quinnipiac's up 5. Mike, I'd say like Prophet Johnson, he might be the answer, but we need another solution.
I just think they have to continue to attack that zone. I like what they've done a little bit with trying to put someone in the middle of that zone, trying to get everyone to collapse to the middle and create an open shot. But I think the thing is they haven't been able to execute that as well, and they haven't been able to find someone to cut really well. I think everyone's on Fairfield's trying to find Prophet Johnson, and I think they have to say, we have to get someone else. We can't just say, find Prophet Johnson, give it to him, because that's what Quinnipiac knows what's going to happen. Prophet Johnson's going to be the number 1 option. That's what everyone's going to look for. They need to find someone else.
And Brian Sparks will go to the scorekeeper's table to check back into the game for Fairfield. Who he's coming in for is TBD at the moment. As the crowd gets going to some bongo cams, we'll be back here on WVOF Sports as it will be a media timeout here. Actually, it'll also be a 30-second. 30-second is the media timeout in essence, but everything on the line here once again from Leo D. Mahoney Arena. Fairfield needs to win to keep their season alive. Quinnipiac's got nothing to play for but wants to play spoiler. And they are on their way, it looks like, as they are up 5 with 9:31 to go here. Raucous, great crowd here despite the students being on spring break. I'm Andrew Jameson alongside Michael Kelleher. We thank you for listening to WVOF Sports coverage of Fairfield men's basketball. Don't subscribe for more Fairfield athletics content as Atlantic City is right around the corner. And we've got a slew of spring sports you should be excited for as well. Baseball with a come-from-behind victory, 12-10 against George Washington today. On the road to clinch at least a series win, going for the sweep tomorrow. Men's lacrosse, dominant outing now. Again, they're 7-0 now. They just beat UMass Lowell, I believe, 19-5. You were working that one, right?
Yes, that was a huge win today. I mean, starting off in the first quarter, Fairfield gets almost nine goals in the first quarter.
Is that normal?
No, that is not. In any really essence. I mean, Fairfield in the last couple of games, the men lacrosse standard have been dominating. Having one game where they scored 20 goals in one game.
Especially with CAA play right around the corner. Should be fun to cover them all season long, and WVOF Sports will have you covered there. Dion Perry's going to hear it here. Here's Bergens. Fairfield needs anything to go in right now to cut into this lead sooner rather than later. Here's Smith. His finish. No good. Rebound Reyes. Young. Perry on him. Perry trying to pester Young. He'll go to Reyes. Bergens on him. Smith on a heavyweight battle there with Springs in the paint. Johnson can't foul. No good there. Rebound Johnson. Fairfield needs a bucket to end this drought. Here's Perry. Sparks. 3. No good. Rebound Young. That's one Sparks wanted to have back, certainly. Rebound Young here. Zimmerman with the cut. They're going to get a foul on Johnson there. That's going to be his third, team 6. No more fouls to give.
And that's huge right now because Zimmerman is all game is just seemingly barreling downhill, and he's just having his way of being aggressive getting downhill, and it's just gotten him fouls and gotten him opportunities to get to the free throw line.
A little bit of push off there, but they play. Mabry gets it to Reyes. Reyes has been solid from mid-range all night, though. No good there, but Quinnipiac comes away with it. Sparks with the tip. He's got to dive. He'll get it. His layup good. That's about as great a hustle play as you can ask for, and Sparks does a split. You got to hope he's okay. That did not look like a great fall there. Certainly didn't mean to do that. Hope he's okay, but you have to reward the defensive effort there.
Yeah, it was a great defensive effort, a great chase down right there. And it looks like at the end he kind of loses his shoe, gets his shoe stepped on, and that's what makes him do the splits. But hopefully he's well, and it looks like he is going to be able to continue. But again, that play right there just shows how much Fairfield wants this win, how much they want to be attacking this game.
And Fairfield, again, needs this win. Hopefully this can get them behind them. 61-58, Quinnipiac leads. Quinnipiac without their 3 top players, but doesn't look like it tonight. They've had bench guys step up from Springs to Mabry to Zimmerman to Reyes. Crowd getting into it. Young. Springs, his just short of the free throw line, in and out. Rebound there by Sparks, and Smith comes away with it. Perry's got the ball and taking it up court.
Great tag by both Perry or Sparks and Johnson right there to get the ball into Peyton Smith's hands.
And Johnson, nice pass to Smith, but he loses it there. Johnson's not happy. Quinnipiac's got it. Bergen's overzealous there. They're going to get a blocking foul on the floor on Sparks. That'll be his third. Quinnipiac's going to be going to the line for 1-1. Season on the line. Down 3. 7:40 to go. Now the Quinnipiac's in the bonus, 1-1. How does Fairfield keep their defensive composure, but also be aggressive enough to force stops?
I think right now for Fairfield, it's really about how their defensive slide. They have to keep step for step with Quinnipiac. I think there's a couple plays where they were a little bit behind, which caused these blocking fouls. I think that is the biggest thing right there. Also, just making sure you don't swipe your hands in for a ball if you know you can't get it, to cause just a foul that isn't needed right now. This late kind of middle portion, but this crucial portion of the game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is do or die. I know the urgency meter has been honestly from the start. However, with every minute that passes is a minute less that the Stags have to clinch their spot in Atlantic City. Remember, 9 teams have already clinched. This game will decide the 10th berth. Will it be Fairfield Stags or will it be the St. Peter's Peacocks? Action in Atlantic City, as we remind you, starts on March 11th at noon. The women's game will kick off our tournament in just about less than 72. I'd say it's about almost 60 hours now. So we are certainly closer than we were. Final hectic day of the regular season on both the men's and women's side. Have to give credit where credit is due to the Quinnipiac women's team for breaking Fairfield's 42-game conference win streak.
Yeah, I mean, the women's team for Quinnipiac came out all gas in that game with a first quarter score of 23-6. I mean, that's hard for Fairfield to come back. While they were able to come back and keep the game close, they just couldn't pull out ahead, and Quinnipiac gets a much-needed win and a very much confidence and momentum builder for Atlantic City.
And what could be a potential preview of the MAC championship come Saturday, March 15th. That game will be at 3:30. WVOF Sports will hopefully have that one on our YouTube channel. Nonetheless, that game will also be on ESPNU and ESPN Plus. I am fairly certain that Zimmerman's going to be going to the line for 2 here. So Sparks has 3 fouls. Johnson has 3 fouls. Smith has 3 fouls. You need points. You also need stops. You need a complete 7 minutes and 40 seconds here if you want to go to Atlantic City. Zimmerman's first free throw in and out. Fairfield catches a break.
That is huge right now. Again, every point is crucial for both teams as we enter the final, close in on the final 7 minutes of this game.
Johnson wants Smith. He'll get him. Smith finish. No good there. Johnson not happy there with Sparks. Bench telling him to shoot it inadvertently. I think I'd agree with them on that one. However, this is Bennett. He finds Springs. Unable to swipe it successfully there was Bergens. Springs. Smith holding his own defensively. The foul, tough finish there by Springs, and he gets it to go. He's got 20 himself.
And you're seeing Prophet Johnson kind of imploring Smith to stay on the ground. Just stay down. Don't jump for these pump fakes.
Bergens. How's Johnson? Johnson wants to do it himself and will find Smith. Tough finish. He gets it to go, and Johnson's telling him that's what you do. Do it.
And that is the last couple possessions, even the last possession where Smith missed. He had a mismatch with Reyes on him. I think Prophet Johnson was just take advantage of this. They can't guard you. Just continue to be what you're doing.
So that foul's going to be on Springs. That'll be his second, team's 4th. So Quinnipiac has 2 more to give. Smith is a pivotal free throw here to make it a 2-point game. And he will get it as Jenkins is going to check into the game here for Dion Perry. Interesting choice here as they're going to go a little bit bigger here. Jenkins and Smith has been 2 of your better defensive players, and Quinnipiac does have offensive momentum, and Fairfield needs stops. Mabry's going to take it up the court. Here's Zimmerman. Zimmerman finds Bennett. Sparks tightly on him. Sparks can't foul. He's got 3. As does Johnson, as does Smith. Springs. A little bit of a push off there, but no good there. Johnson with the board. We're going the other way, and that's a foul on Springs. That's his 3rd. Johnson holding his own there, but another defensive stand there by Peyton Smith.
Yeah, that was a huge one right there. You saw he didn't jump. And unlike the last time Richie Springs got underneath the basket, Peyton Smith this time did not jump and stayed home and waited until Springs took the shot.
Jenkins. Ops will go to Bergens. Bergens to Sparks. Sparks finds Jenkins. We got 6 minutes left here. Johnson gets by. He finds Bergens, but he loses it. Finds Sparks. Jenkins. His 3. Short. Rebound Mabry. Mabry wants to push it. Jenkins tightly on him, though. Mabry's going to slow it down. We've got 5:44 left. Jenkins poke. Unsuccessful. Here's Mabry. Mabry's 3. No good there. Good board by Peyton Smith.
Right there, good defensive possession, staying home on your defenders and switching well and staying on the offensive player for Quinnipiac.
Good find there by Sparks, and Jenkins finishes it. We've got a tie game.
Again, another great play, getting downhill and getting an open shot underneath the basket. Collapsing the defense is what's been going well for this team for Fairfield.
And there was a timeout called there. That's going to be a timeout by Tom Pecora and the Bobcats. 63-63. Fairfield responded. Quinnipiac hasn't bended, though. They've still been scoring in their own right. Mike. This feels like a game that's going to come down to the last possession.
It definitely does right now. And I think a big thing that is kind of pushing Fairfield and it's getting Fairfield right in this game, as I've said, points in the paint. Fairfield currently has 44 points in the paint. That has been their calling card today, and it's been working for them all night.
And that's got to be a season high for points in the paint. A team that has more recently, historically, lived and died by the three-point ball. They've struggled with the three in this game, shooting just 3 of 16, whereas that's what's kept Quinnipiac in this game. Fairfield has gone to the paint, and it's done them well despite losing the rebound battle, 36-31 thus far. Fairfield has responded and going big. Peyton Smith and Kyle Jenkins are being composed on defense. They have to keep doing that, though, because a lot of the Stags and even a lot of the Bobcats are in foul trouble.
Indeed, and as you said with the defense, Fairfield right now has 10 steals and 4 blocks compared to Quinnipiac only having 6 steals and no blocks tonight. So that's also another big story for Fairfield and their defense keeping them in this game as well, along with the points in the paint.
So on the court, we got Bergen, Sparks, Johnson, Jenkins, Smith. I'll go over Quinnipiac in a little bit, but Reyes has the ball. Swiped by Sparks. Sparks has taken it. Owes to Bergens. Bergens butchers the finish there. Great defensive stand. That was less than ideal execution on the layup, I'll say the least. That's a perfect pickpocket by Sparks.
Just
goes to Bergens.
Bergens just seems to smoke the layup right there. Kind of thinks that someone's coming behind him, so he's going to try to underhand scoop it up as in the air, but instead it just stays there and doesn't go anywhere.
So that's the 4th on Smith. Should Sparks take that next time? I'm kind of curious on your perspective. Just take it to the hoop?
I would say yes. I mean, worst thing that could happen is that it's a block, but hopefully a foul gets called there right now. You've got all the momentum going downhill. You're running. You're going full speed, and you got someone coming from your side, or from your left, or from your right side. I would have taken that layup right there and taken the contact.
Both free throws good by Zimmerman. Quinnipiac up 2. Here's Bergens. Bergens to Johnson. Johnson's got 30. Hasn't scored in a little bit, though. All right, I take that back. He's got 32.
Right there. We haven't heard Prophet Johnson's name in a little bit, and I think finally Prophet Johnson's saying, you know what, I've got to start putting this team back on my back to get us this win.
Atlantic City hangs in the balance for the Fairfield Stags. Here's Peyton Smith. Good defense on Springs. That's a clean block there. But they're going to get a foul. That's going to be on Bergens. That'll be his 2nd, team's 9th. Casey doesn't like it. His arms are crossed. You can see that frustration. It's been a constant all night. This is great defense by Smith, but watch on the Jumbotron. Bergens help defense afterward, okay? A little bit of a soft call in my opinion. However, I'm not a referee. Free throw by Springs. First one good. He's up to 21. Casey is irate on the sideline. Needs to be careful not to get a tech where every play matters.
Every play and every point matters right now. 4.5 minutes left in this game. And the possession arrow facing Quinnipiac. That could also be another crucial thing if there's a tie-up late in this game.
Second free throw, good by Springs. Quinnipiac back up by 2. Johnson has it. He's put the team on his back tonight. Can he do so more? Sparks. Good move on Mabry. Finds Johnson. Johnson will cut here. Sparks. Sparks finds Bergens. Bergens. Bounce pass to Sparks. Sparks 3. Good. He needed that one. He delivered.
That is a huge one. That'll put him up to 9 points in the game. And there's a 1-point lead as this crowd is going nuts.
This game is far from over, and that might be a backcourt on Mabry. They say Johnson tipped it, though. Play resumes. Mabry, poke by Smith, steal by Smith.
Huge play on defense right there. The defense, again, another great calling card right now for this Fairfield team.
Sparks has it. He's got the hot hand. He's got the tough finish. That's an N1, baby.
And that is huge right now, this late in the game, giving them a 3-point lead with a potential chance to make it a 4-point lead as we're on the under 4 media timeout.
We needed him to call his number. He struggled in the first half. He's been huge down the stretch in this second half as the crowd erupts for Braden Sparks. He is up to 11.
Again, Braden Sparks, not in that first half, didn't score as much, but his defense was a huge part of keeping this Fairfield team close and keeping it tied at the end of the first half and into this second half. I think, again, I've said this, their defense has got to help. They got to have balance, and I feel like tonight they've had a really good balance. They haven't tried to force too many three-point shots. They've gotten a lot of great shots in the paint. They've gotten almost half their points in this exclusively from the paint. I think it's been a well-balanced game tonight, and it's something that I've loved to see tonight.
And obviously this game is far from over. We got 70-67. 3:41 to go. Once again, we thank you for listening to WVOF Sports broadcast of Fairfield men's basketball, the Leo D. Mahoney finale in the 2024-2025 academic and season. So Sparks going to go to the line to try and finish off a three-point play. Why is that important? He can make it a two-possession game, although this game is far from over. Fairfield has bounced back slightly, not greatly, slightly in the three-point department, 4 of 17. Quinnipiac still shooting a very good 42% from three. That's 8 of 19. Fairfield shooting pretty well in the game, though, 46%. Quinnipiac, 42%. Free throws are going to be of the utmost importance now, though. Fairfield just 73% from the line, matching their average. Quinnipiac at 81%. Points off turnovers have been huge, 18-4. But the rebounding battle and the physicality is going to be huge. Payne Smith has 4 fouls, but he's shown signs of life. Kyle Jenkins has also shown signs of life defensively, and they've been physical rebounding. Johnson also has 11 rebounds. How does Fairfield hold on and punch their ticket to Atlantic City?
I think right now they just got to keep themselves composed right now. They've got to continue doing what they've been doing. Get downhill, get open shots underneath the basket, get the best shot you can with the shot clock you have available to you. Additionally, another thing, continue to limit the turnovers. Right now, it's 8 turnovers for Fairfield, 15 for Quinnipiac. If they can continue to do that, I think they can pull away with this win and punch their ticket into Atlantic City.
Everything on the line here in Fairfield, Connecticut. This is no ordinary Saturday night here. Sparks going to the line to try and finish a three-point play and make this a two-possession game. Quinnipiac has 6 fouls. Fairfield will be in 1-1 on the next. Quinnipiac foul, Sparks free throw here. Money, two-possession game. That gets the crowd into it and expect them to only get louder.
Because most of the Fairfield bench is on their feet right now.
As they should be. Their season's on the line. Body language and positivity are of the utmost importance, even who you can get it from. Here's Zimmerman. Zimmerman's 3. No good. Rebound Smith. He's going to go to Sparks. Fairfield going to try and slow things down here, or at least they should. Sparks finds Jenkins. Jenkins finds Bergens. Bergens will find Sparks. Who's got next? Sparks has the hot hand. His floater. Money, and the lead is up to 6. This is the Braden Sparks half, folks.
He's just shaking and baking right now, and he's getting whatever shot he wants right now, and he's helping Prophet Johnson, the only other player in double digits with 14 right now.
Mabry's shot. Short. Rebound there. Johnson and Smith collide, but Smith comes away with it. Here we go. 2:45 to go. Stags up 6. Jenkins has it. Now Bergens. Johnson.
Again, it's just find the smartest shot right now. Don't think you need a 3 right now. Just get the best shot you can.
Johnson, tough finish. That goes. He's up to 34. It's an 8-point game, 2:25. Game has been extended, but it's far from over. Everything's coming up Fairfield right now, and there's Sparks here. St. Peter's fans at home on the edge of their seats waiting to see what happens here. 22 on the shot clock, 2 minutes on the game clock.
Again, I like that Fairfield right now not really pushing the pace, not trying to force a shot. They're just trying to find the best shot they can.
Good ring span by Smith to save that one. He's going to cut his shot. That is going to sneak in on the rim. Peyton Smith with 4 fouls in the game. He's getting it going late. He's up to 9. That's going to be a timeout by Tom Pecora, and here's the crowd.
The crowd is going nuts as Fairfield now on a 12-0 run right now. This is huge right now. Players like Prophet Johnson, like Peyton Smith, like Braden Sparks, they've been stepping up in these last few minutes and are pushing Fairfield to that point where they can get themselves into Atlantic City.
This is a second gear we have not seen this team all year, I feel like. And who do you give credit to? When they're down, they're not out. You have to give credit to this whole team for buying into this game. All the eyes are on you, winning in. Fairfield's had primetime games before. They won on the 70-foot buzzer beater. They lost to Sacred Heart. However, this team has shown up when it's needed to, particularly in the second half. You nailed it. 12-0 run right now over the last 2:27. So Quinnipiac is struggling on the other end. Yes, they have nothing to play for, but momentum is everything in March. You have to give credit where credit is due to both sides of what's been an electric atmosphere in game start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, Fairfield's just done a great job right now keeping themselves composed, keeping themselves in this game, and it's just their mentality in this game is just, I feel like their mentality in this game is just, why not us? Why can't we find our way into Atlantic City? Why can't we make noise in Atlantic City and in this NCAA potential tournament?
I think we'd be fools to not give credit to the crowd also.
That is
These Fairfield faithful have showed up and showed out. Even with the students on spring break, this community has rallied behind this team and are out here in full force tonight, and they're absolutely loving what they're seeing, particularly as of late here. So, for the Stags, it's Bergens, it's Sparks, it's Jenkins, it's Johnson, it's Smith. For Quinnipiac, it's Mabry, it's Springs, it's Reyes, it's Bennett, and it is Zimmerman. Springs with the ball. Tight defense by Johnson. Zimmerman now can't foul here. Bergens with the contest. Casey just throws his hands up like, I don't even know what to make of that reaction, but Bergens gets the foul there. That's going to be his third, team's 10th. So regardless now, Quinnipiac's going for two every time. It's a 10-point lead, but no lead is safe in college basketball, I feel like.
Yeah, no lead is safe with the three-point shot nowadays, and the volume of three-point shots being taken both professionally and collegiately.
First free throw there by Zimmerman. Good, and it is a single-digit deficit now. Mabry and Springs are going to check out, and Bennett and Randall are going to see their first minutes of action since the collision between those two. Zimmerman, second free throw, good. Fairfield's just got to nail the fundamentals here. Can't do anything sloppy. It's Peyton Smith coming from all the way on the other side to give Jenkins an inbound option. Huge play there for the sophomore of Hudson Falls, New York. Sparks is going to slow things down. Double team here. Jenkins finds Smith, but is fouled before Smith can dunk it. Now it's a matter of free throws here. Jenkins will be going to the line for 1-1. Free throws utmost importance right now. Fairfield 9 of 12 on the game. Jenkins with 4 points so far, his first. Good. You can see that grad student experience kicking in there. A little calm, cool, and collected at the line there. Trying to nail the second to get this back to a 10-point game as Doug Young will check out now for the Bobcats. Jenkins, second attempt from the line. His second. That one was a little strong there. Rebound Reyes. Minute 20 to go. Three by Randall, but Smith fouled him. Casey's not thrilled, but it was a foul. Johnson telling him, you got to think smart. You got to think smart. That was not the smartest play there by Smith.
And it looks like Smith may be done for the night, and that is huge, both for the fact that Smith has been doing really well these past couple minutes, but also for the fact that that was a three-point shot. So now it looks like Randall's going to get 3 free throws, and that is huge with a minute 13 right now left in this game.
And so Randall will try to make this a 6-point game if he can go 3 of 3 from the charity strike. First one, no good, and you have to give credit to the crowd on that one. They've been constant from start to finish.
Crowd's been into it all game.
I have no idea who that is on those phones, but I really don't care. Second free throw, good.
And it looks like a bunch of members of the Fairfield University rowing team throwing up pictures of what I'm going to guess is Randall's picture.
Second free throw, no good, but Quinnipiac gets the board. Randall, no good. Rebound, Jenkins. Bennett took a shot there, definitely inadvertent. Bennett's been in everything tonight, I feel like. I think that kid's in our sports media industry class. Forgot his name. However, Randall, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. Fairfield somewhat catching a break there. Are they going to review it to see a potential shot on Bennett from Jenkins? No, they will not.
In fact,
Bennett's got 1 and 1.
And in fact, that was Bennett's 5th foul, so he's actually now out for the game as well.
So Young will come back in response to Bennett fouling out. Here's Jenkins. First free throw, money. He's been great from the strike as of late. He's really been on an offensive heater as of late. Remember that Ryder game and that Mount St. Mary's game? He's been a huge part in Fairfield's bounce back a little bit. Second free throw, no good though. Rebound Reyes, minute 7. Too strong there by Young. Great composure there by Jenkins. Sparks has got to hang on to the ball. He's going to get fouled. Fairfield's going to go to the line. 1 and 1 once again. Bergen's made the 3, but it won't count.
Yeah, right there on that defensive possession. On that transition, you saw no one really playing too aggressive. No one going into the body of Quinnipiac, any Quinnipiac player right now, just not trying to draw a foul, not trying to create easy shots or easy points or develop any easy points for Quinnipiac with such little time on the clock.
Sparks going to the line. This will be 1 and 1. Next Quinnipiac foul will be 2 free throws. Sparks looking to make a double-digit lead here. First one good. He's up to 15 and really has been the leader in this second half. Even though Johnson has 34, Sparks' resurgence in the second half on the defensive and offensive end has been huge, as a lot of that run, 12-0 run, was Braden Sparks.
Indeed. I mean, it's been a huge game right now for Braden Sparks. He's, as we said, Fairfield needed that second person to hit some type of scoring, and Braden Sparks has stepped up to that.
Second free throw, money. Lead is 11. Quinnipiac's going to push it. Poke there by Bergens. Jenkins, good job not fouling there, but that goes. Quinnipiac only down 9. Fairfield's got to inbound the ball.
And smart play by Bleachmore right there, knowing you have 2 timeouts and making sure you don't get any violations called on you and giving any free possessions to Quinnipiac there.
Yeah, you had there, and we have seen crazier. This is March. This is the best time of the month. That IQ of Bleachmore kicking in, avoiding disaster there on a 5-second violation, which is honestly the last thing that you need. So we've got 81-72. Fairfield out in front, using a 12-0 run to their benefit, try to punch the final ticket into Atlantic City. Johnson has had a heroic game with 34 points. Yes, 34. Without a doubt, Fairfield season high, and is the second most since Bryson Goodine's 40-point game at Siena back in last January. Fairfield crowd's into it. Fairfield players are into it. We're into it here on WVOF Sports. This is the best time of the year, folks. Glad to have you here on WVOF Sports broadcast of Fairfield men's basketball. Fairfield's got to lock down the fundamentals and play smooth and not sloppy basketball. And he gets Bergens. And Bergens is going to get fouled. Johnson took a hit there. Hopefully he's okay. Looks okay. He needs to be okay. He's got 34. We need him.
Indeed.
However, Fairfield's just got to do the basics right. This is what you spend countless hours in the gym doing every game, starting and ending practice. Free throws. Fairfield, 13 of 18 from the line. That's good for a 72% clip for all you nerds at home at math, including myself. So actually, it will be Bergens going to the line, but he will get 2. Important to note, will get 2. First free throw. Good. 10-point game. Bergen's second free throw. No good there, but Johnson's going to get the board. Yes, he will, and he bounced it off of Randall. Just when you think he couldn't do more, he does it again.
Again, a complete game from Prophet Johnson all game. I mean, having a double-double, in fact, tonight with 34, and it looks like about 11 or 12 rebounds tonight. I mean, he's had it. He's been doing it all tonight, and three assists and 3 steals. He's been everywhere tonight.
And this has been an electric atmosphere here tonight. Sparks on the inbound. He's going to go Jenkins, and he'll find him out back to Bleachmore. Bleachmore will find Johnson, 15 on the shot clock. He gets doubled, but he finds Sparks. Sparks finds Jenkins. Jenkins finds Johnson. Which J will be next, we don't know. Will be a foul, though. That's going to be on Zimmerman. That's going to be his 4th. Looks like he's going to go over to Pecora, talk things over. Going to be 2 shots nonetheless for Johnson, looking to add to a stellar 34-point game here. Can never be safe in college basketball, so we're going to play to the whistle. First free throw, money. Up to 35. MVP chants from the crowd, and rightfully so. If there was ever a game to make a statement, he has done so and then some. Johnson, second free throw. No good. Rebound, Reyes. 30 seconds. He's going to take it. Block there. That's a tough finish there from Reyes to get it back to single digits. Bounce pass to Johnson. Is Quinnipiac going to let up? That looks like they will. And ladies and gentlemen, your Fairfield Stags have punched the final ticket to Atlantic City in 2025. Listen to the crowd and soak it all in. On that note, Fairfield defeats their rivals Quinnipiac 83-74 to split the season series, and more importantly, earn that final bid into Atlantic City. Mike, this was a back-and-forth game all along, but Fairfield turned it into another gear, and as a result, they find themselves in Atlantic City.
Yeah, I mean, tonight was the definition of this was a playoff game. As I said in the beginning, this was a playoff game for Fairfield. They needed to play like this was everything for them, and it was. It was an in-state rivalry. It was a chance to go to the playoffs. They played well. They played balanced. They didn't try to do too much. They found the smart shots. They played really well defensively, and they did it tonight for the seniors. It was just an all-around great game from the great atmosphere from the fans. And now we get to go to Atlantic City. Both Fairfield teams make it, and now the clock resets. Everyone starts at 0, and now it's just win and win and win.
It's a complete team effort. You nailed it, from the players to the staff to us. No, not us. To the crowd. Absolutely electric, and just what a way to end your season here at Leo D. Mahoney Arena. And hey, the season is not over. It is March. Everyone gets a clean slate. So what's next? The Sacred Heart Pioneers, a crosstown rival. Sacred Heart beat Fairfield twice in the regular season. They will play on Tuesday, the 11th, 8:30 p.m. or 30 minutes after the first men's game ends, which will be Ryder and Sienna, the 8-9 matchup. So, Fairfield punches their ticket, and we are going to punch ours on Monday, most likely. Maybe now, I don't know. Monday, Tuesday, we'll see. Nonetheless, thank you for listening to WVOF Sports broadcast of Fairfield men's basketball. What a way to end the season here at Mahoney Arena. Always better with a win. It was a pleasure for calling basketball at Leo D. Mahoney all year. From Andrew Jameson, I'm Michael Kelleher. He's Michael Kelleher. Jeesh. All right, let's try this again. I'm Andrew Jameson. He's Michael Kelleher. We'll see you in Atlantic City, baby.
Go Stags.